All right, Josh Hunter here at the Action Sports Conference with Steve Astephen, the principal at Wasserman Media. Steve, you just got done with a panel focusing on bringing more eyeballs to the sport, and you've been really involved with that aspect of the industry. What were kind of your takeaways from some of the things that were discussed up there?
I thought it was good. I mean, everybody seemed to give good feedback. I wish there was more time for rather than being told what to talk about, like as far as questions, that Q&A with the audience. I think we could learn a lot from the audience. But I thought it was a great event. I think Sal's point was perfect, is that every year this gets bigger and better. It shows that everybody's really passionate about the space, and they want to learn to grow it, and they want to work together to grow it. So I appreciate Group Y and Sperling and his whole team to put it together, and I hope they keep doing it, and hope we get more time. Have more availability, I think, for questions, because a lot of times when you're saying this is what you're going to answer, I think it helps to get it started, but then it'd be nice to have a lot of questions from the audience.
I mean, what's your take? There's two camps, more or less. There's the, let's work with some non-endemics and help them get into the industry the right way, and then there's, like sort of the haters. Like, I mean, obviously you've worked with a lot of non-endemic companies over the years, so how far have those relationships come over the years?
I mean, look, endemically, I think companies now are in a way, they're getting more forced to even work with non-endemics. I think the athletes always had to, in order to make a living in a lot of ways. Not in every sport, but when we're talking broadly action sports, most of that money for them to survive and make a living is coming from corporate America. The endemics were not footing that bill. And then in other areas, guys could do very well endemically and then didn't have to go that other route. So that's always a great thing too. But for the endemic companies, I think they can actually use, and not only help, but use the non-endemics to further their marketing budget, their viral budget, their expansion, reach more eyeballs like we talked about, and that sort of stuff. So I think it's a great thing. Again, we just have to be careful. It has to be done right. And I've screwed up. A lot of people have screwed up that you'd think we never would, and because you can't control everything. But you just do the best you can. But I think it's something we have to have. Otherwise, I think a lot of us would be out of work. I'll tell you that right now. And it wouldn't be me, I don't think. I think it'd be a lot of other ones first. So I think it's something we need to have. Even when the gold rush was on, I would argue that we needed the non-endemics to support these events and stuff. The endemic companies can't write the checks. I think X Games event that weekend, they spent over $15–20 million to run the X Games. I don't know too many endemic brands that are going to start writing those kind of sponsorship checks. So I think we need to use that.
All right. Well, thanks so much for your input and being part of this conference.
Thanks.